make all the day.
It'll make my YouTube channel.
Results from Brands Hatch?
Good, great start. You know, we came away with 3 top 4 finishes, so obviously a fourth, a third and a second, so it was a great start for everybody in the Airwaves racing team. And I think it was good to reward them all with the hard work they've put in trying to put this programme together. It's great to come away with 2 podiums.
And how much involvement do you have? You know, obviously you're a Ford dealer. Do you go into the parts department, see what you can borrow? Do you look at the brochures? Because I actually was speaking to your dad and he didn't actually even know there was a new shape Focus out.
No, I seem to be the parts man for Ollie, the team manager who pays me up to get me all the information and then goes and buys it elsewhere. So yeah, not a lot of use at the moment.
So being a main Ford dealer really isn't helping you in this situation at the moment?
No.
Okay, perfect. Results this weekend, obviously the first race, a little bit of a nudge from, well actually let's go to qualifying to start off with because that was eventful for you.
Yeah, qualifying was, we were on a quick lap. We put our first lap in and then we headed off down through the craters and then we came across a slow Honda, which is unusual in the pace that they've got. But he was going incredibly slow and we were doing sort of flatted signal from 38 miles an hour, just touching the limiter. And I was going for the choice of left or right. He's doing about 10 to go to the right, and that's going to be something right as well. So game over for us down to the grass. So unfortunately qualified, we were on our way. But there was a lot of red flags that worked in our favour, so we dropped 5th at the time to 7th for obviously the start of race 1.
And race 1 went according to plan for you?
No. We got a good start, which was, we knew that's what we've got to do. We got better traction than the new Global Focus off the line. And then unfortunately we decided to just turn and ran us in the rear, right rear, which bent all the rear geometry. So we did a race with a huge amount of toe in on the rear, which down through craters made it a bit exciting and helped us for the race win. So a bit frustrated. Good that we managed to salvage some points, obviously 6th place. Looking forward, 6th for race 2 start is a good position. Hopefully we can do the same, but we've got the same monkey around us again, so who knows.
So if I can just learn about touring cars, you say it's all nudging and hitting and everything like that. It's obviously something that you've got to learn as a driving style to actually sort of, you know, you sort of educate people out of the way. Is that the common thought? Is that what we would be trying to teach people that are coming into the championship?
Yeah, you know, the bumpers, they're there for obviously cosmetics and aerodynamics. The idea is really to get to the start line without taking them off before we kind of get to the race, which Liam can carry on from there.
I was going to say, let's move on to Liam. Our new number 2 touring car driver, the Griffmeister himself. Obviously Liam ran with us in Porsches last year and we know him well enough now. He's part of the Motorbase family that we can just take a piss straight away. So, Liam, firstly, living the dream. Fantastic, brilliant to see you out there. First race?
Yeah, fine. What are you talking about?
No issues. I mean, car was handling well. No real problems. Anybody sort of brake test you, anything like that?
No, not I can remember.
No, nothing at all. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to ask somebody, and I'd like to ask somebody perhaps from the team what happened, but I thought, no, we'll go one better. Let's get Mr. Collard. Collard, if you could just come in. Now, obviously, Rob was a part of the family, and for some unknown reason, he vacated the premises. We do actually have, in the new Airwaves Motorsport brochure, we have the legend that is, or that was, Rob Collard living the dream, as we see it there. And obviously we know Rob well enough to have a conversation about the tactics of touring car racing. And have you ever been hit on a green flag lap before?
No, never.
And what actually went through your mind as you brake tested, as we understood, because we all know you're a vicious little man, we all know that you were out to get him because you knew how quick he was going to be?
No, that's not true, I must admit. You know, you just go out, and we're out there just warming our tyres and doing the normal thing that you do every time, and all of a sudden I thought, bang, from the rear, and I thought, oh, I looked in the mirror, and saw Liam, and I thought, God, I must have missed the green flag. Must have missed the start, because the race has already started, but no, it's just unfortunate, and you know, it's just one of those things, first race of the season. Perhaps Liam was looking at the crowd or something, maybe, I don't know. It's a little way, no, it's good, and you know, I know it's an accident, and it's cool, I haven't got a problem with it.
I mean, in fairness, it actually stopped the embarrassment of how slow your car was going to be in that round, wasn't it? So, in fairness, it actually did you a favour, because you could have had a good result on that one. And how is the old tug? Moving on, that was about the BMW and Rob Collard, and obviously eBay Motors, loads of things are up for auctions. I think you may find some BMWs, some cheap ones halfway through the year, and I know Matt's got a few focuses on the dealership that he can sort you out. So, Rob, no, you're off now. We're gonna, no, hang on a minute, he wants to have his little word.
I'm going to get focused, I need to get focused.
Yeah, go get focused. Thank you very much, Rob. Thank you for coming in. No problem, obviously you shouldn't expect to get away with that sort of rebate. Moving on race 1, race 2 and 3 was great, we've got some experience under your belt, and now we see you sort of picking up places in the races in sort of race 3, so, sorry, race 4. So good progression moving forwards.
Yeah, it's a lot about confidence though. I completely buried race 1 from my head. Thanks for reminding me about it. Cheers. So yeah, I mean every session I've been out, gradually got quicker and quicker. Particularly yesterday, I thought maybe in qualifying I was a couple of tenths off of 10. But having looked at my lap time, I was there for the taking. Literally the last sector I dropped somehow 6 tenths. So that was a bit of a shame. But apart from that, yeah, good race today. Bad start. Luckily didn't collect George straight across the front of me, but he should have been in front of me in the first place. So that was my fault. Yeah, in a good position for the next race now.
And just obviously having come from the Porsches and going into the Focuses, what is the difference? I mean, huge difference, no difference whatsoever?
Yeah, it's front wheel drive car. The Porsche, I just couldn't get on with. I found them very, very hard to drive.
We were actually finding the same this year. So.
I usually run for money now, wouldn't I? So yeah, no, it's a big change. I've always preferred the front wheel drive. It's you can throw them about. I can be more aggressive with them. You can certainly use the curves a lot more with them. It seems to suit my style of it.
Fantastic. Well, on behalf of obviously everybody here, good luck to Matt in the next sort of couple of races, and no doubt we'll all be cheering you on. Well done, Matt. Well done. Obviously, this is going to be a strange one. Last year we were politically correct with each other, and we wished it had stayed in the barrier at Knock Hill, as probably most of you did, and he didn't, and obviously...
Michael, they've all moved on. You need to move on, Michael.
Well, we're going to talk about weight, so we're going to come back to your favourite subject. Yeah. So no, and obviously now Tim is now the #1 car in the Motorways Porsche team. I'm the #2 car. We were hoping that we were going to be battling it out for the championship this year, but at this present moment in time, I think we're battling it out for sort of like an 11th or 12th place in the championship. Now I know it hasn't gone quite according to plan in my little world, and firstly, what's it like to be back?
It's like coming home. The only problem is part of the reason I came here was incorporated in my 54-page contract with Dave Bartram was free food. And now I find out I'm actually not allowed to eat the food because I'm supposed to be on a diet, so I want a refund, David.
It's there to eat.
Well, we actually don't feel sorry for you. I mean, literally, I've seen an email, and if you want to live this lavish lifestyle and this playboy lifestyle, you know, you've got to lose some weight. There is a bit of a situation with the Porsches and weight. We're not going to go on about that because Tim would actually still be here in 2 hours' time. Start of the year for you, interesting.
Yeah, not too good. I've had 2 punctures in 3 races. First one was possibly my fault. This one was Steve and Jelly, a bit the old touring car side-by-side action. But I've actually found out the reason for it, because we all know how perennially unlucky that Michael is, and I found in my car a Michael K Motorsport sticker he put in the rear window. So he hasn't even got one in his car. He's got one in my car. He's given me all the bad karma. So I warn you, I've taken it out for this next race. So if I have a miraculously good race, which I'm not sure I will, but if I do, we'll all know the reason why my season started off wrong. And you could have sorted it out all these years in the past. All you had to do was put a sticker in my car.
Yeah, I know. The reason for the sticker there is so you can ring me when you break down, because the telephone number's there. You see, that's the whole plan of it. But what you don't know is where the other 11 stickers are actually stuck.
No, this is a problem. But you're only there when you call Michael K Motorsport. It's press 1 for car sales, press 2 for complaints, and press 3 for sort of my car's broken down. Why is it 2 and 3 never work?
The lines are actually busy. So there's a few things out there, there's a few cars out there, but don't start blaming me for your bad luck. I mean, it's just you've got to just apply yourself a little bit better, and you've got to start promoting the brand. We are there to promote Motorbase, and you're not doing a particularly good job yourself about it at the moment.
Well, actually, you say that. I mean, where did you start last race? You started last. At least I got myself to the front of the grid. At least I mean, I was a lap behind, but I was leading the lead around, so I was getting all the telly. I was doing my bit.
Yes, well, I understand that, and that's because you're a little bit more experienced in motorsport than me. I thought I would start at the back and progressively work my way forward, and then I'll be on a fuel trading strategy.
Yes, you do. You're very heavy on fuel. I mean, you need to just learn a bit of finesse on the throttle, because running out of fuel on the last lap, you're obviously a sort of gas hound, aren't you?
It's actually the weight with all the stickers that are in the boot, just in case I need to give them to anybody. So, just so we can get to the car, obviously, and cut to the chase, we are finding it difficult. The team are working unbelievably hard. We are doing a very, very good work for Porsche parts at the moment with my car. We seem to have had quite a few body panels already. We did have a bit of an incident on Thursday that doesn't particularly make the car go well, but the guys did an amazing job. If you'd have seen the state of my car on Thursday and to see what it's like now, they have done an amazing job just to get the thing out there. So personally, I'd just like to thank all the boys at Motorbase for doing it. I'd like to thank them for just tweaking that nail into the back of Tim's tyre to give him a puncture in race 1, and hopefully we'll have a good race in race 2, and you'll see us both up there. Is there anything you'd like to say on top of that?
Yeah, you're remarkably adept at this sort of, you know, presenting, comparing thing. Would you like to do my ITV job as well on touring cars?
No, not really, because I think we'd sit there having arguments up there ourselves, talking about the weight of the car and stuff like that, and we wouldn't get on with it. But obviously, on behalf of anybody that's driving a Motorbase car here this weekend, I'd like to thank everybody for their support. We really do sort of appreciate it, even though we may start last or finish last or come 10th and blame the car. We are very grateful of what everybody does. And to all the companies that are obviously backing the team, long may your pockets grow, and carry on supporting us. So thank you very much, and enjoy the weather.